Testing, sound check. Can you hear me? Listen the fuck up. There's big problems going on in America right now. We all see it, right? There's one major fucking problem that's got me fired up. It's the Dakota Access Pipeline. If you don't know what it is, close the fucking video, go do some research, take your cranium out of your anus. What's got me so fired up about this pipeline is that so many people don't even know what's going on. So many people have not even heard of it. Because ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox don't care to tell people about one of the biggest human rights violations going on in this country right now. Because it doesn't suit their investors. They don't want people to know. They don't want to stop this pipeline. Okay? This is the Keystone XL all over again. The Dakota Access Pipeline is being built to transport oil from the Bakken shale fields in North Dakota to refineries in Illinois. This is a massive pipeline. It's going to run over 500,000 gallons of oil a day. It runs through the Standing Rock Sioux reservation. Okay, this is sacred land. This is ancient land that these people lived on long before America. So, aside from the treaties, aside from the sacred land, okay, that's a cultural thing. That's a religious thing, right? These people are here fighting to protect your water sources, their water sources, and millions of people downstream from there who depend on this water. The pipeline is set to cross the Missouri River. It's going under the river. It's running through the Ogallala Aquifer, one of the largest, if not the largest, freshwater source in America. California knows how fucking important fresh water is, okay? We all need fresh water. We all need clean water. We depend on it. Water is life. So, when there's a threat to the water source, it's our right as people to stand up, right? So that's what you have in Standing Rock right now. The Standing Rock Sioux, the Lakota Sioux Native Americans, it started with just them, are standing up to protect their source of water, our source of water. Now, it's grown to be a worldwide movement, and yet so many people in America still have no fucking clue what's going on. These people gathered to protest the building of this pipeline because there's a prophecy in their religion, their spirituality, that states that there will be a black snake that will cross their lands, cross their river, and signify the end of the world. Okay, that's their belief. Respect it for what it is. These people gathered in peaceful protest, started as a peaceful protest. These are people praying with headdresses and drums and signs and love in their hearts to protect a vital resource. Oil is not a vital resource. Oil is a drug that we depend on. Water is a vital resource. So these people are praying for protection for all of us, not just for themselves. It's for all of us. So in response, police have been sent in, fully militarized police in riot gear with armor, mace, not a self-defense mace can. This is a fire extinguisher filled with mace that shoots a stream 10 to 15 feet, okay? They're shooting this in people's faces. They're shooting people with rubber bullets. You have National Guard. You have people who are sworn to protect the citizens and their fucking constitutional rights. And they're coming in and shooting people and beating people and arresting people for demonstrating in feathers and with hand drums and signs. This is not okay. This is a human rights issue, okay? The election doesn't matter. The election is nothing to me over what's going on in Standing Rock right now, okay? And that's just me. So these police have destroyed a camp. They gathered up sacred items, tents, people were living in these camps, and threw them in a truck and dumped them on the side of the road. So I want you to think for a minute now. Forget that this is a native movement, right? This is a human movement. Now let's make it a religious movement, okay? Say this is a Christian battle, a Christian rights issue, okay? You have Catholics and Christians gathered peacefully to pray with crosses and rosaries and pictures of Jesus, right? And the police come, mace these people, beat these people, shoot these people, gather up their crosses and their American flags, and dump them on the side of the road in a pile. What kind of outrage would be across the nation, right? What kind of movement would you have then? But no, these are native people. These are the people who were here first. And these are the people who are cast aside like they're nothing, because their religion isn't Christian. It doesn't align with what the rest of the country, most of the country, so much of the country believes. So, beyond the fact that it's a human rights outrage, these people are fighting to stop a threat to our land. Terrorists. Corporate, greedy fucking terrorists, okay? This oil pipeline that threatens the water source. Now, in the Bakken lands, they're fracking, right? They're fracturing the rock, breaking the rock under the ground to get oil out of it. Now, I don't know about you, but anytime you break a foundation of something, it destabilizes it, right? Ask fucking Oklahoma. They know all about it. We've had I don't know how many hundreds of % increase in earthquake activity, okay? Now, when you have earthquake activity, infrastructure is damaged. There's been oil spills across the country, right? This shit is not foolproof. So we're increasing fracking in North Dakota, and we're going to build the biggest pipeline through North Dakota, through this water source. Now that sounds like tempting fate to me, because you're setting up all the conditions for this to fail. And you're putting it in a location that is detrimental to a huge portion of the country. Say this motherfucker ruptures under the Missouri River and starts leaking. 500,000 gallons of oil a day. And it starts leaking, okay? We all remember the BP oil spill in the Gulf, right? Same shit. Only this is in a freshwater source that humans depend on, not fish and dolphins and sharks and all the other wildlife out in the ocean. How long is it going to take them to stop the leak? And how long is it going to take them to clean up after the fucking leak? Most of the time, when oil leaks, they suck up the big shit and they sweep the rest under the rug and just let the environment and the ecosystem suffer for a while until it filters through. So now let's look into what the fuck happens when this oil ruptures. You can't drink the water. You cannot drink oil-polluted water. Human side effects are anywhere from neurological to respiratory issues. Fucking hydrocarbons are toxic to human beings, not to mention the fish and the other wildlife that depends on this river. So you can't drink the water. And now you have this water source, the Missouri River, that flows to the Mississippi River and we all know runs all the way down to New Orleans. So this runs through most of the central part of the country. The Missouri River is a massive river. It runs through the agricultural heartland of America. Now, when plants absorb oil, right, when there's oil in their soil because their aquifer is poisoned, there's a nutrient deficiency in these plants. So you have the agricultural heartland where most of our crops grow, and now you have a nutrient deficient heartland. We already have a nutrient deficient country because people don't eat right. People eat what they see on the shelves and not what's at the farm stand, right? People, they don't eat fresh food as they should. It's not provided for us as it should. We don't provide for ourselves in the way we should. So we're already nutrient deficient. And then you're going to kill what nutrients we do have from over-farmed soil and over-farmed plants, and you're going to take that, you're going to diminish that. So we have a country full of people who now can't get fresh water. Our food supply, which is already in question, is then diminished. And it's all because we had to run some oil from North Dakota to Illinois so that we could fill our tanks and, all the other shit that oil is used for. Plastics and countless other materials. Shit. Corporate greed. These banks that are backing this pipeline have invested almost $4 billion, $3.5 billion to build this thing. Because they know that they're going to turn a profit much greater than that once it starts flowing. Now these investors, if you're still with me, are every major financial institution in America, global financial institutions, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Chase Bank, HSBC, fucking Sunoco, Phillips 66. God, there's so many national names involved in this pipeline. Money, dollar signs. All of these investment companies and banks are holding your money, right? They have your money, they have your loans, our money. And they turn around and put this money into a project that could potentially be devastating to this nation. A whole group of people, right? 3.5, $3.7 billion, whatever the actual number is. Imagine the project that can be completed with that money. The solar installs, the wind towers, the electric cars. Look what fucking Elon Musk did with a few $100 million of his dollars and his people's money. Imagine how much more accessible oil-free lifestyles could be for $3 billion. But these people invest in something that's going to turn a profit, not protect the future of America. They're investing in whale blubber. They're fucking investing in the past because it makes them money now. It doesn't secure a future. So here we are giving these people our money by choice. You choose to put your money in these projects unwittingly because they're making the investments. But you choose to put your money exactly where you want. You choose to buy these you choose to put your money in an institution hoping that they're going to do what's right. Look up the list of investors. See if you're not affiliated. If you're affiliated, I urge you to change who you bank with. Go to a credit union. Go to a local bank that stays in your town or in your city. If you're not moving across the country, even if you are, you can still access your bank. That's what that plastic card is for. it's your choice, right? We choose what we do. So they can only work with the money that we give them. A corporation can only operate if people buy their product. So, they're going to make that gamble with the money they have, and it's up to us to stop it. So, if you can't come to North Dakota and stand in line and pray with these people and send donations, if you can't come out here and donate your time, then donate what you can. Change who you bank with. Send them money, sign pledges, contact fucking representatives. This is a federal thing that it can be stopped. This is the EPA and Army Corps of Engineers. Like, these are federal. Uh, um, these are some federal agencies that these companies, energy transfer partners, they have to go through steps, and because they have the dollar signs and no opposition, they're able to just usurp these agencies and work their way around and throw money at them and say, all right, we're going to do what's right for our pockets, but we're going to say it's right for the people. Unfortunately, the politicians, if left to their own accord, will do what's good for their pocketbooks and for their investors' pocketbooks. And that is not the American people, as much as you would think, right? So, look it up, pay attention, forget about the fucking election, it's over. Come together as a country in a united front against something that is potentially destructive, and demand a better future, demand movement and progress towards the future. That's all I gotta say. This shit's got me heated. Sorry if I offended anyone. Not really, because it's what I believe. So, do your part. Step up. Do what you can. Peace and love, y'all.